So what you should always start with, so I believe, is a damp course. Put a damp course down all the way around. Stop anything coming up, damp coming up through your timber work. The reason I haven't put any damp behind these is because this external wall, I'm going to clad it to stop any moisture penetrating on this wall. I'm going to do it the same as the workshop, basically. At the minute, single skin, it'll always get moisture coming through it, so I'm doing a timber clad or some sort of a clad on the outside of this. That is the reason why I haven't put any damp up the back side of these timbers. And if you can just see, they're actually not touching the back wall. The only place that I've got it touching really is at roof where I fixed it, and at bottom where I fixed it. I haven't actually fixed anything through front and back, and that's how I'm going to continue. Obviously I need to put an extra stud in here to take the plasterboard this side. All this is going to have to be cut out with my disc cutter at a later date. I've got to order the windows first, but it doesn't stop me from fitting the kitchen. Everything, as long as I get the stud work in, pipe work and electrics, I can fit that kitchen, but I do want to get that ceiling plastered first. Right, now I am doing the stud work across the back wall. Cleared out all the stuff that was in here, all the bloody boxes and stuff I put to one side, because really I don't want to be sending it up and down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the stud for the back wall. First thing to do will be to roll out my DPC underneath the wall, the stud wall, which is here. Got that. So all I want to do is just roll it out. It's quite simple. I'm just going to trap it under. It's not a big deal to get perfectly neat as long as it's underneath. And then just push that against the wall, that'll be fine. What I've done is I've marked me tops and bottoms. So it's 38mm stud that we're using. Mark 38mm. Then you want to come 600mm to the centre of this, which is, hopefully I've done it right. There's your first stud. You need 600mm to the centre of your stud. So it's 38mm, so go 580 from the end. Your first stud will catch your plasterboard, and then your plasterboards are 1200 long, and they should land in the centre of every stud. What I do is mark the one side and then just put an X where the stud is going to land. You'll never see the X then, and you know you're on the right side of the line. Do that all the way along, and as you can see, the end of the top and bottom rail will finish with the middle of the stud, so the stud will run up the centre of that to the adjoining stud. Do this all the way along, but what I like to do is I like to put the bottom end first, top. I've cut one roughly to length, and what I do is I just literally bang 2 scraps apiece, scraps of that, and then I'll measure straight up to the ceiling, and that'll give me my length roughly of what that'll just trap in for me then. So if I chuck one down, I may as well do it while I'm on this video. Chuck it down with the pencil lines facing out to me so I can see everything. There's that laid down. I'm going to have to just pop this over there, if it'll stay. Don't think it will. Tell you what we'll do, I'll just pop that next one leaning up like that, and then I'll push the piece that I've cut that is going to wedge them together in the centre. Where's my line? I'll use that line there, somewhere close. This is all with one hand, probably not ideal. I'll chuck that up there with one hand, chop it with my file, and then I'll just push this up. Trying to do this one handed isn't ideal, but it can be done. Right, there you go. That isn't the, it's not tight. Well, I just shoved it in with my foot and pulled it with my hand, but now you can see with one hand, you don't need anybody else. You can get it up there, just stuck in place while you cut some proper lengths and get this nailed together. Really easy, and then just continue that process all the way along. You haven't got to use a level for plumbing up. As long as that first stud over there is plumb, you can just go straight off what you've marked. Keep it nice and simple. So here we are. I have the walls in. The walls are all completely constructed now. I'll flip you around so you can see it. In fact, you can see it behind me. All the way down, walls are in, done, set out, ready. But the ceiling, now the ceiling is a totally different ball game here. I'm gonna, so you can see. Right, what I've done, because the ceiling, the concrete ceiling is so, concrete ceiling is all over the place. It's absolutely up, down, here, there, because it was all shuttered. So what I've done is I've started down this bottom end, put a level line all the way around that sets me just at the lowest point here, and then because what I've done is set it from the lowest point of the ceiling. I know the highest point's over there, so that the ceiling doesn't go like a wave like that. So first thing to do, put a mark underneath there where that screw is, and I've transferred that level all the way through using a 2 meter level. I've got to this point, I've put them all on hangers because I thought that that would be an easier job, and it has turned out pretty well. What I've got to do is span this gap. I can't get a fixing into this wall here. I've got all the electrics and everything all over it. Yeah. Why, who's at it? So what I've done is I put them all on. I've just got interrupted there. Put them all on hangers. And then because of this little gap here that I've got in the doorway, I'm sending them that way across. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just spiking the backs now, and I'm going to put them all the way across this way, doing it at the 2.4 meter lengths. That gets me around my outdoor cable as well that runs up to the garden room. It gets me around some of the stuff, but I have got to notch out for this cable up here, so you'll see I'm notching out. I might get the breaker out as well to chip away these bits of concrete that are low where the old walls were. It's been a bit of a pain, like chipping these out, chipping them out, chipping it out up there, just where it's low. But if you want a nice level ceiling, you've got to take the time and get it right. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, for you people in the know, I'm going to make these a double trimmer so they'll take the weight a bit better. So at the minute it's just a single, so I can spike through. I'll put hangers on these after as well, hangers on the back of these, and I'll make this a double trimmer as well. A double trimmer means 2 pieces of wood, so a piece on the back. Just make that a little bit stronger. And I will knock the ceiling out all throughout, and I'll knock these walls out as well with my offcuts, because I've got a load of these offcuts from the pieces that went across there, and they work perfect for in here. A little bit of a cut off. Also, what I'm going to do is, for fixing back the kitchen, the height of the wall units, the floor units, is 850 to fix. Now I've marked everything out on my base rail. Can't see it at the minute because it's a bit dirty. But if I just show you, that is where my base units run to. Then I've got a fridge and a freezer, double loaders, so I need a fixing up at the top for the double loader, because to be fixing back up there. So I'll put my noggins in high up here, and then they run to there. Then I've got another base unit and a washing machine. And this is why I've studied this out here, so I can put my pipe straight out the wall and straight into this drain that's around here, that drain. So that's the plan. And then all these electrics, like I've said before, will get new wires and stuff run all the way to everything. But I'll keep bashing on with this stud work. It does take a while to get everything right, but we shall get it done. Just a little tip for you when you're trying to fix up these ceiling joists on your own. This is still fixed. I've just put my screws in before anything. Fix a piece of batten to the underside. This is still loose, as you can see. Make sure that your long length is just a tiny touch big, so it'll trap in. Make sure all your cuts are done first for any cabling. I did that before it went up. And as you can see, this is still free. So it's needless, like, this is how easy it is, literally. One hand up, slide it into place. Perfect job. You can do it with one hand, but when you're dealing with longer pieces of stuff, make things easier for yourself. That is the stud work, more or less, complete for now. I have been across, got the back fixing ready for fix the base units here, loader fixings up here, base units down here, they're all in, all my noggins are in. The only thing I haven't done is up on the ceiling. I haven't put any noggins in this yet. I will do once I've ran all my cables. I'm going to shove a couple in here, definitely. It's just stiffen it all up a bit, but I'm quite happy with that. The next job is running all my cables. So I'm going to run my cables for my sockets, lights, and fridges, freezers, and my heater. So in the next video, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see me. Oh, the only reason I haven't put any stud work on this is because I've got to bring the floor level up. If you can see here, there's a step down. This has all got to be brought up, but I've got ordered new doors for that. So, very next job, doing cables. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and keep it nice and easy.